What's up, everybody? So we just want to jump on here real quick and just kind of share a little testimony video of what's been going on in our lives. With some big news to kind of share. I want to kind of start from the beginning, where we come from. So we've been married 13 and a half years, and each time that we've trusted in the Lord and allowed him to do what he has us do and step out in faith, it's all worked out. It's been the best times of our life. But the times where I don't trust in him and want to do what I want to do, it hasn't worked out. It's always backfired. So prior to moving down here 7.5 years ago to South Florida, we came on vacation, family vacation, and fell in love with the place. And talked about maybe one day when the kids get older, now, hey, we'll move down there. Like, I'd love to be down there, and no more winters, no more snow, no more cold, none of that. Literally, we know that a couple years later that the Lord would open up those doors for us to move down. So we had to sell our house, had to find a place to live down here, and completely leave everything that we ever had. It wasn't easy. And even 2 weeks prior to moving down, we came down to look for an apartment. And that whole time, I was still struggling with, is this what I want to do? I'm leaving everything that I ever had, family, job, house, comfortability. I was secure there. And just leaving everything I ever had, I had reservations. She didn't. She's an emotional creature and was like, nah, she's excited. So as we're looking for apartments, mind you, we don't know the areas. We don't know anything down here, neighborhoods and stuff like that. But looking for apartments, nothing was working out. We didn't like the areas, we didn't like the apartments, and it was a struggle. And that whole entire time, I had an internal struggle with myself. What she didn't know was I still didn't know if this is what I want to do. I wasn't sure if this is what I wanted to do because of what we were leaving, because of security I was leaving and going into somewhere new. And so that being said, one of the days she had an interview, I went for a run. So as I'm running, I'm listening to some music, some Christian music, Jeremy Camp, and the song comes on, My Desire. And the words are, my desire is to honor you, to worship you, to glorify you. And that's what I wanted to do. And everything I do, I want to glorify him and honor him. And at that moment, I kind of sensed the Lord telling me, you're not honoring me. You're not trusting me. You're trying to hold on to everything. You're trying to do everything yourself. And at that moment, I was like, man, it hit me. And I was like, all right, Lord, if this is what we're supposed to do, I'm giving everything to you. Everything is in your hands. I'm completely giving it to you. And at that moment, a weight lifted off my back. And so she gets back to the hotel. We go for our apartment search. Boom, 2 apartments found. Beautiful, everything perfect. Just the way the Lord works. So we do that. We move down. Everything works out. It comes to moving out of the apartment into buying our house. We're looking for a house and stuff like that. People snatching them up. It's hard trying to find. So there was one day I'm looking and I find one. I was like, oh, that looks really good. That's kind of perfect. And so we come to look at the house and we can't get in. Me and my friend, we can't get in. Who's our realtor at the time as well. We can't get in. So we're talking, it was something with the lockbox. So we step out, we're talking at the car, and I look at him, I was like, put an offer on it. And he looks at me like, but you haven't even seen the house yet. I was like, no, put an offer on it. I was like, I've been praying about it. This is the Lord showing me. I trust what the Lord is doing.
And I hadn't even seen it.
She hadn't even seen the house.
He's put an offer on a house for us.
Yeah.
And I haven't even seen it.
Yeah. And again, he kind of looked at what you haven't seen you haven't seen the inside. You don't even know what it looks like. I'm like, nah, go ahead and do it. He's like, all right. So again, trusted in the Lord, worked out. Still here, 6 years later, here in the house, beautiful home, kids, whatever. Next step, another opportunity comes up to switch jobs. In that time, I had been at my previous job for 13 years. So again, security. And I'm an old school dude where the husband has to provide. He has to work. He's got to provide for his family, this, that, and the other. If you want to say that's toxic, go ahead and say that's toxic. That's not toxic. Masculinity, whatever you want to say. But anyway, so the opportunity comes up to possibly make more money. But again, I'm secure where I'm at. I know everything about the job. And again, I'm still like, man, I don't know if this is what I want to do. I don't know if I want to leave my security. But again, I kind of sense the Lord open up that door and say, go ahead, go through that door. I'm opening it for you, and trust me. Again, trusted him, put my faith in, took a step of faith. Best thing that we've done so far. Making more money than we've ever made before. God's blessing us in crazy ways. And so now we're at the point where with the jobs, you were limited in what we can do with our family. Our kids, we love our family, we love our kids, we love being with them, we love spending time with them, we love vacationing with them. We just want to be able to do that and be with them and also give back to the kingdom. And by working the jobs that we have, it's tough. Yeah, we make some really good money, but at the same time, there's bills, you have other things and stuff like that where it's like, man, I can't really stretch too far. So over the summer, well, I'll go back to even a couple years ago where we started kind of traveling and staying at Airbnbs. And so we fell in love with like Airbnbs. Like, man, this is better than a hotel, especially when you have family. I can buy groceries. I don't have to go out to eat and spend $100 every single time I go out to eat on vacation. We get our stuff. We got pools in the back. It's private. We get to spend time. And so we kind of, again, similar situation to before when we moved down. It was, man, it'd be one day, this would be a nice idea to do. This would be nice to get an Airbnb. Again, when the kids get older and out of school and we can do things we ain't have nothing else to do. So we had that idea, and over the past few years, we kind of been talking about other things as well, trying to start businesses. Like, what can we do to branch out? She mentioned the cleaning business that she would like to do. For some reason, she likes to clean. Why? I have no idea. But that's her thing. So she even mentioned that. So over the past, and also a faith-based t-shirt company. For all y'all who know me, y'all know I rep my Jesus shirts, whatever I gotta do, I gotta represent for the kingdom. So it's the things that we kind of start looking into and stuff like that. So this past summer, we go on vacation. We were in Phoenix and Scottsdale, and we went to California, LA, and San Diego and stuff like that. Just kind of traveling the West Coast out there. And the best vacation we ever had. Not because of where we were at and location and stuff like that, but because of what it meant to me, what it meant to the kids. It was the best vacation because I was present. I was there with the kids. I was in their life. I don't play the PlayStation like that no more. I'm old. I don't got time to be playing PlayStation. My son loves PlayStation 2K. Every day, me and him running a couple games 2K. He's loving it. I'm spending time with him one-on-one time playing 2K. I have a pool. I haven't been in my pool at all this year. We had a pool out there. I'm in the pool, spending time with the girls, spending time with everybody as a family, throwing everybody up in the pool, just legit being there and being present. And that meant so much to me because I know, and because even the kids, when we came back, they're like, that was the best vacation we ever had. And like that touched my heart. Like that's awesome. I love to hear that. And as we were there, I again went for a run, and I kept praying about things and kind of struggling with some stuff. And the whole time I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna talk to the Lord. And we know the Lord knows what our heart desires, but He also wants us to be specific in what we pray for. So I just kind of opened up to Him. I'm like, all right, Lord, you know what I want, you know my desires, but at the same time, I'm gonna tell you everything that's going on. And so at that moment, I said, look, Lord, I'm tired of working to make money. I want my money to work for me. Not in the sense because I don't want to work anymore, but because I want to be there, be present with my family, with my kids. I'm a better husband. I'm a better father. I'm a better everything when I'm able to be present with my kids. And so I just kind of opened it up to the Lord. And I said, look, man, like it's what can we do? We would love to do Airbnbs. If that's not in the card, open something up. Let's work on something. And at the moment, I kind of sense Him say, okay, we're going to make this happen, but you're going to take a step back from your job. And obviously, okay, yeah, definitely not trying to work anymore. But at the same time, my security is my job because I'm a husband, I'm a father, I have to provide. And so I kind of was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to step back from my job once everything is set up. Once we're starting to make money, once we got income coming in, once all that's good, then I'll take a step back. Again, trust in myself. So there's been a few times from that point on to where I kind of sense the Lord saying, hey, this is what you're going to do. You're going to take a step back. Again, still thinking, yeah, I know. Once I get everything set up, I can't just quit my job. And so during that time, when we got back, I started doing a couple LLCs, getting everything formation for the businesses and stuff like that. And so there's three of them. We're trying to do an Airbnb business, cleaning business, and a faith-based t-shirt company. So we do those, I get those situated and stuff like that. But again, kind of fear pops in. Not just fear, but also laziness, because I work all day. Yeah, I can be home by like 2, 3 o'clock, but my job is physically demanding. And so when I get home, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit on the couch, kind of just relax, recoup for the next day. Very physically demanding. Summertime, it's 105 degrees outside. I'm outside working, I'm fixing a pool. And it's just physically demanding. So I couldn't really do what I wanted to do. So a few weekends ago, she had gotten sick. We didn't know if it was possibly COVID or not. It wasn't, thank God. But I told my job that I was like, just in case, I'm gonna take this time off. And I had a week off. And in that time, I was doing all the legwork for the businesses, getting, like I said, with the LLCs, the EIN, opening business bank accounts, all of it, getting everything set, looking up for Airbnbs, like apartments to rent, stuff like that or whatever. And so I get everything set. And the next step is for the Airbnb process is just to go look for an apartment, to go look for a property. And fear kicked in again. And it was like, well, I'm not that special. This ain't gonna work. But again, throughout the process, like my devotional that week, it all dealt with fear. Like fear doesn't come from the Lord. And so I looked at her and I told her, I was like, we have to make this happen. We have to go and do this. If we don't do it, we're gonna regret it, not doing it and not trusting in the Lord. So on Sunday, throughout the weekend, I still had kind of been praying, like, Lord, show me what do we need to do. And so on Sunday, before we left the church, I kind of talked to her. And I told her, I was like, look, I'm gonna go part-time. I'm gonna tell my job we'll go part-time, and this way we can focus more on getting these businesses going and doing it that way. And she's like, okay, like let's do whatever we gotta do. So before we left, I kind of prayed real quick. I said a quick prayer. I was like, look, Lord, speak to me through someone on what we need to do, on what I need to do. Give me the answer. Make it clear through someone what the answer is. And so we get to church, and our whole what is it? Sermon series this past month has been about our moment and about trusting in the Lord and stepping out in faith and doing what He needs us to do. And so we had Miss Charlotte came up, wonderful lady. She looks like
my nanny.
Mm-hmm. Looks just like Nanny, talks like her and everything. So she gets up and she shares a testimony on a few years prior at her church before, where they were trying to get a building or something like that, something or the other, and they needed a little extra fund. They were asking if people can give a little bit more each month to their tithe. And so she did. She volunteered. She wrote a number down what she can give. And when she wrote the number down, she said, I don't know how I'm going to make this happen every month. And she struggled with it. But then she also said, just because I don't know, but God knows how it's going to happen. And that hit me right there. It was like, man, like I don't know if I was to quit my job or even part-time, I don't know how that's going to happen because we're not established yet business-wise. So we have a guest preacher, and he comes up. What was his name? Bob Barnes, Pastor Bob Barnes. So he gets up, and his whole sermon was about security. What is your security in? Is it security in Jesus, or is it security in something else? And right then, that hit me, because like I said, security has always been my job. I've always had security in my job, income coming in. I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a provider. I have to provide, not realizing that the Lord is my provider and He's the one that provides for us. And so that hit me as like, I put more security in my job than I do Jesus. I put more trust in my job than I have been putting in Jesus. And so that's when I looked at her and I was like, I have to quit. And she, okay, whatever, do what you gotta do. We'll do whatever we gotta do. And so she's been kind of dealing with the same thing, kind of struggling with the same thing. She does a couple businesses already doing plexus and stuff like that. And it's hard to really focus in on it when you work all day and you have other things, you have kids you got to take care of, we have house to clean, all this other stuff. And so she had been dealing with the same thing, kind of praying about the same thing, and she got the same.
I like how you said we have house to clean. But yes, I've been praying about it for a long time as well. I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. So even just, praying that prayer, like the Lord's changed it into, the possibility of even starting our own jobs. Because like Jake said, we don't have a lot of time with our kids and freedom. Time is the most important thing, not even money, it's time. And you can't get time back once it's gone. So that's something that I've been praying about as well alongside of Jacob. And then just, the Lord, he always works everything out for his glory. And even our timing aligned with both of our mindsets changing even to more success. And instead of just watching TV, like we fill our minds with, either reading or positive affirmations or, learning tutorials and just growing our minds as well. And just following the Lord and being in his word daily. We just have been praying about it, and the Lord has opened some doors, and so I felt like I was wasting time. I'm sitting here thankful I had a stay-at-home job, or a work-from-home job, but I still felt like I was wasting time. Like I'm sitting here doing this, and I'm going nowhere. I'm just working the 9 to 5. So I felt like the Lord was just telling me like it's time to just quit as well and just move forward with what he was showing us.
But what she said is key. Like in this process, the daily time with the Lord, spending with the time with him has been very key. That's the first thing before I do anything business-wise. Before I do anything, I spend my time in the Lord and hear from him, talk to him, and pray. And this way throughout the day, my anxiety isn't high. I'm down. I'm cool. What's the word? Like at a peace with everything, and
that only he can bring.
That only he can bring. That's right. And so, with that being said, we both quit our jobs. I know it sounds crazy. I know it's crazy. We both know it's crazy, but at the same time, we both know that trusting in the Lord, that he's going to catch us. That if we're doing it his will, and we're walking side by side with him, and he's with us, and this is what the Lord has called us to do, and we do both believe that this is what the Lord has called us to do, then it's going to succeed. At the end of the day, it's not about us succeeding and making so much money and this, that, and the other. It's about advancing the kingdom and bringing others along with us everyone struggles with that, with trusting the Lord. Everyone does. Why? I don't know. Look at the Israelites. The Lord brought the Israelites out of everything. And again, anytime something happened, they start blaming God. Well, where's God at? We're the same way. But at this moment, we're trusting in him and his will and just taking a leap of faith. We're not special. Not at all. We sin, we struggle with every struggle that you deal with. We're the same way. So we just want to take you on our journey, kind of document everything just to show that, hey, it don't take special people to start a business. It don't take special people to step out in faith. It don't take special people to do anything. All you have to do is just trust in the Lord and do what he's calling you to do, man. If anybody needs any help with anything, if I can answer that question for you, we're here. I'm here. She's here. Just let us know. So the 3 businesses that we'll be doing, all tie into each other name-wise. It's all about giving back to the kingdom and giving the Lord the glory of everything, because it's not by anything that we do. It's all by what He allows us to do. And faith without works is dead. We can't sit here and pray, all right, Lord, bless me with $1 million so I don't have to work anymore, and this, that, and the other, and I ain't doing nothing to achieve that. He doesn't just drop that in your lap. You also have to work towards that and trust in Him and keep in lockstep with Him. So the first business is an Airbnb business. We love staying at Airbnbs, and we know quality is key and something like that. Quality and relaxation. So the name of that one is Kingdom Lifestyles Living. The cleaning business, again, we kind of want to be set apart from other cleaning companies, and just give glory to the Lord and just focus on quality. You're playing for quality and just like little touches, the little extra things that other companies won't do. We want to be that. So the name of that one is Kingdom Lifestyles Cleaning. And then the t-shirts are going to be Kingdom Lifestyles Apparel. And with that one, we do have one in mind, like one line in mind that is about advocate. For those who don't know, we're foster parents. We kind of are on a hiatus right now because dealing with some other things. But that's something that's near and dear to our heart. So that line specifically, the advocate line, will be any proceeds that are any t-shirts or apparel that's bought specifically with the advocate logo, advocate line. That one we give all the proceeds to 4Kids. 4Kids is the Christian Christian fostering agency that we go through, that goes through churches and help with that and stuff like that, and give the classes on fostering classes and stuff. And so that's where we're at. Just follow us on our journey. Pray for us. Keep us honest. Keep us. I don't even know. Check us. Like again, we're here to help. We're here to help others. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to reach out. You can find us on Instagram at, what's your Instagram?
Tiff Quinones.
Tiff Quinones, TIFFQUINONES. Me, I'm at Mr_Quinones, QUINONES. Any questions, you can hit me up, whatever. We also have another page. You can follow us at Jake and Tiff. That's where we'll put all our document everything and stuff like that or whatever. So thank you for your time. I know it was long. I tried to be short, but I'm a long-winded talker, bro. So.
But it's all for the glory of God. It's all for bringing back to the kingdom and giving back to the community. So that's what the Lord is showing us. And we know it's crazy, quitting our jobs. We know that. But it's all for God's glory and for His kingdom to move forward and share the love of Christ. That's really what it's about.
Yep. And we're crazy.